Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? Is this working? I don't know who you are or if anyone is even listening. But if you can hear me, I think I'm lost. I don't think anyone is listening. Screw this.
Trying this again. Not because I think anyone is actually getting these, and it's not like they could even help me if they did. But in a world that's not making a whole lot of sense right now, it's nice to have something to do. So, here goes. Audio log entry number 1. My name is Skyler Henderson, and I died about a week ago. My name is Skyler Henderson, and I died about a week ago. At least, I think it's been a week. Time is surprisingly difficult to track when you don't have a body. I mean, I still look like I have a body, but when I try to do something like, this. Yeah, I just tried to open that door, but my hand went right through it. Plus, I know this isn't my body because I watched my real body drop to the ground the day that Atropos cut my life thread. Some help Whiskey Jack was. Couldn't find him anywhere. After watching my body fall to the floor, I made my way outside where a red 4-door sedan was waiting for me. I didn't need to look at the sticker to know that it was from Stick Shift Incorporated. The driver spotted me and started to roll down their window, but I was already running the other way. Or at least I thought I was running away. I don't know. Directions are weird when you don't have a body. Like, there's more of them. More than just left, right, front, back, up and down. It's like there are these fold directions that I can't really explain. I thought I was running away from the car, but I accidentally step folded into one of those non-three-dimensional directions that I don't have words for, and wound up in this cold, colorless place. It was really disorienting and made me terrified of moving again. What if I wound up someplace even worse than this silent, boundless space where even the air seems too scared to tremble? Just as I was having that thought, a light appeared in the distance. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're dead, right? Walk into the light? The thing about bright lights, though, is you never know who's holding them until it's too late. The light was a trap. Never, I repeat, never walk into the light.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
As I squinted and approached the light, I began to make out the details of an old metal lantern. But behind that lantern was an 8-foot-tall, shadowy creature with menacing wings and a pointed beak. The entity was draped in a tattered robe that didn't do much to hide its bony ribs. I stopped moving, and it let out a piercing cry so vile that I instinctively turned away. Luckily for me, I had retreated into one of the new fold directions. I should really find out what those are called. That was at least 5 days ago? I popped up in the middle of a cemetery at about 3 a.m. Might even be the same cemetery where they interred my body. I don't know. I was too scared to look. It seems silly, right? I'm already dead. It's not like finding my grave is going to make me any less dead. But I still don't want to know. Of course, I wasn't the only spirit in the graveyard. There were some sad, half-rotted children and adults. seemed like the older they were, the more of them had rotted away. Almost like they were mirroring their decaying bodies. Let me tell you, that was not a pleasant thought. Still, it was nice to have the company, even if we didn't talk much. So I stuck around the cemetery for a couple of days, and it was actually daytime when I first saw it. See, living people naturally emit this kind of sap, almost, or honey. It's like this substance that they exude, but like honey, different variables can come together to shape the overall taste and texture of this thing. Maybe taste isn't the right word. It's not like spirits eat it or anything. Not really. But there was this freshly dead brown-haired kid who'd already lost a nose and eyes to decomposition, right? Well, this kid's family came to visit the grave during the day, and even though I didn't get anywhere near them, I could tell that the sap the living relatives produced was warm and a little like butterscotch, but with a metal aftertaste due to grief. Their sap was drawn to this child, and by the time they left, the kid's nose and eyes had been restored. Not only that, little pieces of sap kept drifting towards me, even from complete strangers. They'd break off in pieces and slip right into my pocket. That's when I remembered the cool black stone that Whiskey Jack had handed me all those months ago. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a stone that was identical to it in every way but two. The stone had turned a brilliant white, and it thrummed with warmth. Just then, every spirit in the graveyard whipped their heads around to stare at me. Not all of the spirits were human. Clearly having overstayed my welcome, I slipped toward one of the new fold directions at random and wound up in this room. As far as I can tell, none of my flesh or clothing is rotting off. Think I might have the stone to thank for that. Crap! That bird thing found me again. I've got to get out of here. Sorry to cut this short, but
This show was made possible in part by our Kickstarter backers, Apocalypse Cowboy on Twitter, Stephen LaFawn from the Whichever Path podcast, Dwayne Farver, and 1985 the podcast by Cherie Madewell. Special thanks to our muse on Patreon, Olivia. Thank you so much for believing in us. If you'd like to support the show, consider becoming a patron. You can also support the show by rating, subscribing, and sharing with others. Sharing is caring, after all. Stickshift Incorporated was written, produced, and set in Vancouver, BC, which is the unceded shared traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. This episode featured Ditrie Marie Bowie. Music for the show was composed by Anthony Luis Sanchez. If you'd like to hear more of his work, visit anthonyluissanchez.com or subscribe to his YouTube channel, Molto Rubato 88. Stickshift Incorporated is a Microphones and Monsters production. You can find Stickshift Incorporated wherever podcasts are found, or at stickshift.com. That's stickshift.com. You can also find other great Microphones and Monsters podcasts at mikesandmonsters.com. That's mikesandmonsters.com. Don't forget to check out our Patreon as well at www.patreon.com/mikesandmonsters. That's patreon.com/mikesandmonsters.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.